Well, the UPS man brought me a surprise today. I didn't think we were going to get these for a few weeks, but it came today. The new Bear Adapt 2 HP. Now the Adapt 2 is a bow that the hunting public has collaborated with Bear to come up with. The HP is the newest edition of that. So let's get this thing unboxed and shoot it and see how we like it. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us today. Let's go ahead and get this thing open and see what she looks like. Well, there it is. And I think if you know anything about that Adapt 2, the first thing you're going to notice is now it is a dual cam system instead of the single cam system. It's supposed to be 10 feet per second faster. The Adapt 2 was originally a 320 IBO. This one's supposed to be a 330. So a couple other things, it's 31 inches axle to axle. 6.5 brace height, I believe. Draw poundages you can get from 45 to 60 or from 55 to 70. Draw length is going to be adjustable from 27 to 32, which is pretty wide range. The equipment it's going to come with is a 5-spot quiver, Fatal 4-pin sight, the Whisker Biscuit V-rest. It is mounted on that dovetail riser back there, so that keeps it nice and low profile. There's your quiver bracket. Here's all your cards. Oh, and there is something here a lot of people forget to take advantage of. You've got a 3-month elite membership with onX Hunt. And if you're not using onX Hunt, you are missing out. So don't forget to grab that and take advantage of that if you decide to go with this bow. This one here we've got in the mossy oak pattern. You can get on Amazon and order this bow. You don't have to come to a shop. But let me show you a couple things. When you do that, here's what you're going to deal with. See that? On these package bows, they don't do a real good job of setting it up, but they do leave it loose for a reason. That way you can move it, you can tune it. Your peep, same way. So this is not going to be something you're going to want to just leave, because now that peep's going to be able to move up and down real easy. But believe it or not, this is all stuff you can do on your own. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to snatch that D-loop off and put the D-loop I want on there. Get it set at 29.5 for me. We'll tune it up and then take it to the range and see how she does. All right, cinch that down. Then we're going to get our stretcher, sink it in, and that's about right. Now we're in position so we can shoot and see where we're at. I'm not going to worry too much about the peep right now, but that, see how that moves up and down? That is no good. But I'm kind of excited. I just want to shoot it a few times, see what we think. First, let's check the poundage, see what it's pulling. 70.2, pretty standard. Got it adjusted. Let's shoot it through some paper and see what we get. I gotta tell you, that's not too bad for just right out of the box package bow. Tiny bit of right there. Let's take a little bit of tweak there. Let's look at that. Okay. I'm going to shoot that again. That just tore the paper kind of funky. Let's try again. Item 3. Out of the box package bow. It ain't perfect, but that's pretty dadgum good, I'd say. Let's roll with that. We're going to go outside and put it through the chronograph. Before we get sighted in, let's go ahead and run a few through the chronograph and see what we get. Number 1. 3/16. There's no way. There's no way that's 3/16. All right, come on, Athlon, help me out here. 307, still 307, are you kidding me? I was thinking more in the lines of 295, 296, something like that. Let's try this again. 305. I just don't know about that. 304. You know what? Let's get the Garmin and let's see what the Garmin reads. This is crazy. All right, let's see what Mr. Garmin says. Shot 1. 291. That seems a little more reasonable. Shot 2. 288. Okay. Number 3. 288, and number 4. 288. Okay, that's an average of 289.4. That makes a little more sense. I've been going back and forth with the Athlon and the Garmin. Score 1 for the Garmin today. All right, so I'm just going to shoot some random arrows. These are all different ones. I'm just trying to get the feel of this. I think I'm having a hard time getting my anchor set. I think that's probably because I normally don't shoot with glasses on. I use a verifier, and I'm having a hard time finding my peep and finding the sight and all that kind of stuff. But I'm just going to shoot, just kind of get some, just to kind of get the feel of this. And boy, I like the way it shoots. I really do. Draw cycle is pretty smooth. Even though I feel like the timing's off in the back, I checked the timing before I came out here, and it's fine. Fairly quiet. There's a little bit of vibration in the shot, but very little what I would call hand shock. Now the Adapt 2, I liked it as well, but I'm surprised at how much more I enjoy shooting this one. Not that I don't like the Adapt, but I don't know, just the way this thing lets go is really, really nice. And now I'm starting to find my anchor position a little better. I may even be more comfortable. I've got it set at 29.5. I might even be more comfortable at 30. You can probably see what I'm doing here. It feels like it's a little short. I'm just going to stick with 29.5. I'm not sure about the grip. I'm not much of a grip snob. I really don't care. But I can see how some people might have a little bit of issue with that grip. But anyway, let me take a few minutes and get it sighted in. We'll come back and see what kind of a grouping I can get at 20 yards. Pretty well sighted in now. Let's try it 20 yards, see what we get. So I'm shooting Carbon Express Sables. I had 3, already busted the knockoff of 1, trying to get it sighted in. So I don't have any more Sables. You know what? Let me try something right quick. Let's run a little experiment right quick. Very interested to see what happens here. Okay, still 20 yards. Huh. All right, number 3. Wow. Very interesting. That is not a super tight group, but at 20 yards, I can get 2 fingers around it. But look at this. So I ran out of my Carbon Express, which were both by far the best shot. That's what I sighted it in with. Now look at this. These 3 are Easton 5.0s. So in case you didn't know, 5.0, 6.5. That is a 1.5 millimeter different size of arrow, but you saw that group with 2 completely different kinds of arrows. One of the main things I was going to go over with you guys on this bow is, if you order this, if you're new to archery, this rest is the Whisker Biscuits V-Style rest. It's a good rest, no moving parts, nothing really to go wrong. But one of the things I encourage people, just go ahead and shoot a regular sized 6.5 millimeter arrow. These are Carbon Express Sables, and that's what that's what I had planned on shooting out of it. Like I said earlier, I only had 3, busted the knockoff one of them while I was sighting it in, so I was down to 2. And then I had these 5.0s over there that I was just kind of shooting earlier. I said, let's just see what happens. So shooting that new Easton 5.0 out of here, the group I got, now that's 1.5 millimeters. So if you don't know where that arrow sits, when I put a smaller arrow in it, it's going to do this. Now I tuned it with this arrow. 1.5 millimeters may not sound like a lot. In the archery world, is huge. So the fact that that 5.0 arrow shot that good out of this Whisker Biscuit after I tuned it with a 6.0, I gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed. I mean, it was not the tightest group in the world. I could get 2 fingers around it. That's a dead deer at 20 yards. Sighting it in was nothing. It maybe took me 10 shots to get it sighted in to where I was shooting a group at 20 yards that I could get my fingers around. With 2 different arrows, by the way. So for you guys that are looking at this bow and maybe you don't have a shop anywhere near you and you're gonna order this bow online, let me go through a couple of things. We already touched on the D-loop. That's one thing you've really got to pay attention to. Now, with the peep, I didn't retie it. All I did was shove it. I pushed it up about as high as it would go, and that's where the tension takes it, is up into the string. So it's set up pretty good for me. I had a hard time getting it lined up, but that's me. That's my eyes. I usually shoot a verifier without my glasses on, so it's kind of hard. But again, you saw how I shot this thing at 20 yards with my glasses on. I don't ever do that. Anyway, that's beside the point. Strings that come on package bows, I'll just be honest with you, they're not very good strings. I mean, and you can tell just by, you can feel that there's not as many strands in that string as there is on a flagship bow if you grab that. So the strings, not great. One of the things that they had to fix is this right here, the roller guard. That roller guard on the other bows that they've been making, it's a sliding roller guard with a piece of plastic, and it was chewing up these strings. So they finally listened to us shop owners, because I don't know how many of these things I've had to replace for people. So this is gonna last much, much better than the design they had before. The main difference between the Adapt 2 and the HP, now we've got a dual cam system. Way easier to figure out what to do. The other one is really small. It's got numbers like 7, 8, 9, 10, little bitty hash marks, and you got to get them just right. So adjusting that, you may look at it, if you don't have any experience, you may look at that and go, man, I don't know about that. But this one, it's pretty easy. There's numbers, and you just turn it to the number, you're good to go. So you can order this bow in 3 different versions. You can get the plain, nothing on it, bare bow, no pun intended, spelled different. Nothing on it. Then you've got the HP Ready to Hunt RTH, which is going to have everything you see here. And then you've got the RTH Plus, which is going to be an upgraded sight, upgraded stabilizer, and an upgraded quiver. What do you mean upgraded quiver? It's got lights on it. It's pretty cool. Now I'll put a link in the description below so you can pick up one of these on Amazon. If you do decide to do that, we'll get a little bit of a commission, and that will help us out a lot, so we appreciate that. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel. It's free. If you decide to go ahead and order this bow online, check out this video here, and it will walk you through the entire setup process. That video was designed for a parent setting up a new kid's bow, but everything works exactly the same here. We look forward to seeing you next time. Stay wild, and God bless.